Good afternoon and welcome back to Roaming Rob Rides. Today we're going to do a little owner's review on my CBR650R. I've had the bike now for 14 months. I've ridden just short of 5,000 miles on her, so we'll discuss a little bit what it's actually like to live with. Now, if you've watched my previous video, you will know I only passed my test last year on the 22nd of May, and this is my first big bike. It was a Thursday morning. Happy days. However, I had to go straight to work, so the following morning I was straight out to Miles Kingsport in Hull to buy this. I chose the CBR because, well, look at it, absolutely stunning bike. To the untrained eye, it looks like a Fireblade, which for me is the best looking sports bike you can buy. I bought this purely on emotion, no test rides. All I'd done was sat on it. Speaking of test rides, it's actually very difficult to get one when you've just passed and you've only got 0 years on your license. Lots of dealers require 12 months minimum. So understandably, dealers in the insurance are reluctant to give a fresh pass out on quite a powerful bike. There is the odd exception to the rule. I've heard Triumph are not quite as strict. The other bikes that were on the shortlist before I bought this that were ridiculously expensive in the first year's insurance was the Kawasaki Ninja 650. Lovely looking bike, but that parallel twin just doesn't do it for me in the acoustics department. And the Honda CBR650R, which was considerably more expensive than the 650, about £4,000 if I remember rightly. We've got an inline 4. For me, I don't think there's no better sound, especially when you're up in the higher revs. 94 brake horse, 63 newton meters of torque. For somebody who has just passed their test and they're looking for their first big bike, I don't think there's a better bike out there, to be honest. It's not the fastest bike in the world, but there's more than enough power. Gets up to the legal speed limits and beyond pretty quickly. Not that I'd know. It's been a brilliant bike over the last 14 months. I commute on it, cafe runs, weekend blasts with a couple of mates. I've had it in the Peak District, I've had it up in the Yorkshire Dales. Never once had an issue with it. Never let me down. Can I just say, what a beautiful little spot I've found here as well. Nice and peaceful, nice and quiet, apart from that train. Nobody around other than a few cows in the field and randomly some alpacas down there. Very random. Anyway, back to the bike. It's quite comfortable on a longer day. There's a little bit of pressure on the wrists, but it's nothing too drastic. You can certainly live with it. The younger lads on it won't have a problem at all, I wouldn't have thought. It can be a little vibey, buzzy when you're riding it. Generally between 50 to 60 mile an hour, 4,000 to 5,000 RPM. Below that and above that seems to go away, it's not too bad. But that's the nature of an inline 4, and once again, you can live with it. The brakes bite very well. It's got a 4-piston caliper at the front, single at the rear. It's a world of difference in stopping power compared to my Triumph Bonneville T120. This is the e-clutch version, which it's brilliant at what it does. Smooth, jolt-free gear changes. But every time I start the bike, I disengage it as I feel takes away something from the ride. It takes away a little bit of connection to the bike. I like to be the one in control and feel connected. But it's brilliant if you live in a town and if you live in a city for the low speed stuff. It's brilliant not to have a mess around with your clutch. If you've watched my previous video on the Triumph Bonneville, you will know that I am trading this in. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the bike. It's done everything I wanted it to do. But over the last year, my riding's changed a little bit. I'm not the rider I thought I was going to be. It's not just about weekend blasts, and buying the Triumph Bonneville has highlighted that to me even more. As time goes on, I'm getting more into riding further, much longer days, multi-day trips with luggage and a pillion seat that is adequate to carry a pillion. It's not just about chasing the next corner, which I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's an age thing, maybe I'm getting old. The younger me, definitely sports bike rider. There's still part of that live in me, I think. But you just need comfort when you get to my age as well. Now I know that the Triumph Bonneville can give me everything I need. It's good for the pillion, I can carry luggage, but it doesn't give me the sound of an inline 4. Nothing can replicate that sound. That's where hopefully the new CB1000 GT will step in. I know there's no perfect bike out there, but it still gives me that inline 4 and offers a lot more practicality than this one does. The delivery date is in October the 16th, so I've got this a little bit for a good while yet. Let's clean the dirt off my tank. So yeah, the delivery date's the 16th of October, so I've got this a good while yet. I will be making more content on it, getting out on a few rides. So we'll see. There's a chance that the GT may be delivered a little earlier due to cancellations because of the delay of the bike and stuff like that. But it's a waiting game, really. Next year, I think to accompany the GT and the Bonneville I've got at home in the garage, I've got an itch to scratch, and it's a Fireblade itch, and I think I'll be adding a third bike to the garage, possibly an older 954. Don't know yet, we'll see. Before I got my bike license, somebody said to me you should get a bike. It's a cheaper way of transport. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. Anyway, that's it. That was a quick review. If you have any questions, drop them below in the comments. Would you trade your CBR650R for a Honda CB1000 GT? Let me know. I'll see you on the next ride, which should be at, all being well, this weekend. There is an event at the Triumph Hinckley Visitor Factory, 35 years of Triumph. So me and the wife jumping on the Bonnie, heading down there. We have a bike and brew passport, so we're going to take a little detour, collect a couple of stamps on the way. We'll take you along with us. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good week. You do it. Go on then.
Is it this side?
This side.
Let's try one more time.
Go on then.